Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Australians, firstly I wish to show my respect and honour my forefathers, our forefathers who sacrificed their lives for our freedoms. Up here in Canberra at the front of the High Court, we were all gathered at Magna Carta Place. There was high radiation levels detected there. I don't feel well, so I'm leaning, and I have come to the High Court to read the Notice of Accountability. So here we go. So this is from the people of the Commonwealth of Australia. It is the Solemn Notice of Accountability by decree of the people of the Commonwealth of Australia, and it is to the Honourable Chief Justice and Justices of the High Court. By decree we declare, whereas the people of the Commonwealth of Australia, by the supreme lawful authority of the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act 1900 Imperial, as proclaimed and gazetted on the first day of the first month 1901, under the Royal Coat of Arms, being the lawful successors and inheritors, are the sole rightful beneficiaries of the Commonwealth, and supreme, ultimate, irrevocable authority of the Commonwealth. Let it be known and recorded. The people are the Commonwealth, and this is our claim of right. The presentation of this solemn notice of accountability to public authorities and the High Court of Australia is the expression of the people. The people are the Commonwealth, are the lawful stewards and authority of this land. This notice of decree by declaration is the people's will, founded in constitutional law, irrefutable historical and legal evidence, binding lawful obligations, supporting inherent constitutional right within the states and territories of the Commonwealth of Australia. Through this and accompanying the Solemn League and Covenant by the people of the Commonwealth's decree. I shall also add there, this is but the third step after the Commonwealth Custodian's Declaration of Trust and Deed that was served on government and relevant authorities on the 13th of April while the government was in caretaker mode. So the people come before this court afflicted by a culmination of violations undermining our nation, tyranny and vandalism of the people and of the Commonwealth. In this time of calamity, we require this honourable court's relentless focus and steadfast resolve to deliver salvation. We are calling on the High Court of Australia as the Supreme Court of the nation, as the lawful guardian of the Constitution, where all the people of the Commonwealth may seek redress, to exercise its constitutional duty under Chapter 3. This court is duty-bound to protect the sovereignty of the people and the integrity of our constitutional framework, to strike down unconstitutional acts and actions, upholding and enforcing the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act. The people of the Commonwealth are the sovereign beneficiaries by inherent right. Supreme and ultimate authority lies in the people. We require this court to uphold its duty as guardian of the Commonwealth. The Separation of Powers Doctrine, 1903, Commonwealth, profoundly significant, providing safeguard for liberty and justice. Division of government authority across three branches, remaining entirely independent of each other. A founding principle preventing tyranny, clearly absent at state level. The state courts are rife with corruption, bias, collusion and perverting the course of justice. The people of the Commonwealth have no faith in the judicial system, suffering star chamber operations with justices, judges and magistrates acting in their capacity as persona designata. The people of the Commonwealth draw this honourable court's attention to section 77(3) of the Constitution, providing autochthonous expedience, being defunct due to the judges of state courts either intentionally or by ignorance lacking the ability to properly comprehend binding precedent from this High Court or the Constitution. A systematic misuse of state courts witnessed time and time again, revealing an alarming and systemic erosion of justice throughout the courts of every state and territory. The people stripped of their rights and constitutional protections, unjustly penalised, consequently financially crippled by costs against them. No longer a discretion of the court, it is instead applied as a rule of the court. This is not justice, it is commerce. Courts no longer fit to bear the title. an unconscionable matter of national concern and paramount interest to the public, not isolated failings. Instead, a systemic plague of collusion and corruption, widespread across the states and territories, infecting the very soul of justice. State acts and statutory corporations such as AHPRA and the Medical Board of Australia colluding, criminalising informed discussion, circumventing Clause 5 of the Constitution, mandating experimental procedures, absent informed consent, gross intrusions of privity, inserting themselves into the doctor-patient relationship, violation of bodily autonomy and implied freedoms. Both Commonwealth and state parliaments are complicit in coercive mandates, surveillance, censorship and violation of privity are ultra vires and repugnant to the Constitution. Must be struck down by this High Court. So state courts are refusing to consider constitutional arguments presented, and they are ignoring precedents of this High Court, deferring instead to administrative codes and regulatory fictions. The judicial system is broken in conjunction with the legislative and executive branches. Our nation is in a perilous situation. Parliament, having usurped its authority, reconstituting itself as a foreign corporate entity. Peace, order and good government replaced by conspirators, sabotaging and defiling our nation. Such acts constitute breaches of fiduciary duty and a forfeiture of its role as servant, agent, administrator and trustee of the Commonwealth. The people of the Commonwealth will no longer endure injustice cloaked under the colour of law. Witnessing our nation spiral into rapid decline, the people have endured deep and far-reaching suffering, abandoned, stripped of liberty, denied due process and subject to coercive policies imposed absent lawful constitutional authority. Parliament have failed to loyally serve the people. Instead, they are entangled and obedient to foreign powers, siphoning our resources and transferring the wealth of the people to foreign interest. Actions bearing testimony to Parliament's allegiance are not to the people of the Commonwealth of Australia. Moreover, such acts against the people of the Commonwealth are elements of fraud, theft and treason, undermining the common weal. Parliament is facilitating foreign entities, tax exemptions, profiteering through the equity and wealth of the people's of the Commonwealth, our trust. The people's well-being and prosperity is laid waste by insidious and deliberate erosion of rights, subverted law, arbitrary, unreasonable taxes and penalties, all set against the common good, a mounting weight of afflictions and further burdening hardships set at naught against the common weal. The people's subjection to a lawless, tyrannical destruction of our nation are conditions that can and no longer will be tolerated. Let it be known and recorded. The people are the Commonwealth. This is our claim of right. The Constitution is a restraint on government, not the people. All acts are subject to it. Insurrection by the Commonwealth and state parliaments, insubordination and disdain for the supreme law of our nation, the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act, evidenced by innumerable breaches. The people demand restoration of lawful government, justice and accountability. As the lawful stewards of this land, duty-bound to defend our nation and our children's future. The states have conspired to create unconstitutional national bodies masquerading as Commonwealth bodies, providing themselves powers beyond the limits of the Constitution. State and Commonwealth Parliament enacting legislation beyond the limits of their authority under Section 51 of the Constitution. No sitting member has honoured their constitutional oath of true allegiance prescribed at Section 42 of the Constitution. Hence, our nation is deprived of law and justice, void of lawful constitutional authority. Hence, none exists. The people are the Commonwealth, bound by sacred duty as the sovereign heirs of this nation, beneficiaries by inherent right, demand justice, accountability and constitutional conformity. Efforts to do so through the state courts are resulting in financial ruin for many in pursuit of constitutional protection, crushed by punitive costs against them, forced to pay for the right to seek remedy, deterred by the weight of a collapsed, unjust system designed to exhaust and silence. Instruments of tyranny, wielded not by law but by unlawful overreach. The people, the beneficiaries of the Commonwealth, are the sovereign, rightful inheritors, the supreme, absolute, irrevocable authority, whereas the people, guardians of the Commonwealth, are lawfully reclaiming our inheritance. Let it be known, let it be recorded, this is our claim of right. By decree, the people of the Commonwealth come before this honourable court, the Supreme Court and apex of judicial